All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the July edition of Coffee with Cathy. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the program where we talk about news and views and all sorts of activities going on in the great city of Keizer. With me today is Betty Hart from the Keizer Community Library and Keizer Fire District Board of Directors, Diane Watson from the Jamaica Community College Board of Education, and on audio today, for the Keizer Chamber of Commerce is Jeremy Turner, who is the new president of the Chamber Board of Directors. We've got so much going on in Keizer, so we're going to jump right to it. And I'm so happy to have Betty here with us. I'm going to, as we all say, share my screen and talk about what's going on with the Keizer Fire District and the library. Welcome, Betty.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you putting me in first this morning. I have company from out of town and we're going to do something fun today. So I'm looking forward to that. Well, there's a lot of stuff going on at Keizer Fire as usual. At our meeting in July, typical, we elected new officers. And so that's pretty exciting. And then in the spring, we will have two positions that will be on the ballot. One I know is open, so hopefully there are some people interested out there. And then, of course, National Night Out is coming up on August 6th, and people can register for that with the Keizer Police. I'm sure, Cathy, you're going to talk about that a little bit. And then the Keizer Fire links in and visits some of the sites as well. And that's always fun to have them come by. At Keizer Fest this year, from August 8th to 11th, the tips inside the main tent are being donated to the Keizer Fire Foundation. Friday afternoon and evening, swing by to have a beverage served by some of your favorite off-duty firefighters. So don't have to worry about them hopefully running away to respond to an emergency because they'll be off duty. Oregon is currently the top wildfire priority in the US. And we've had 7 firefighters deployed to various fires in the state. The chief and 2 firefighters returned Thursday from the Lone Rock fire in Gilliam County. They were there for like 2 weeks. I wanted to also share this picture. We still have 4 people deployed. I'm not sure how soon they'll be back. And I suspect we'll have others deployed in the future. One of the things that people can do if you're interested in seeing where the fires are, you can download an app on your phone called Watch Duty. And here is a picture of what it shows you. These are fires around the Cottage Grove area in Oregon. It's just unbelievable. And so that's an interesting thing to do if you're interested in finding out what's happening with fires. And if you're traveling somewhere, you might want to check this out just because it's a way to know whether or not you're likely to run into issues.
Betty, what again
Storm
is that?
Say that again.
What is that
app?
That app again?
Watch Duty.
Okay.
So you can download it from your app store on your. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I thought that was pretty interesting. I mean, and unbelievable when I saw them all there. Excuse me. Anne-Marie Storms is working on a firefighter calendar that will feature rescue dogs. And I think that will be a lot of fun. I can hardly wait to see how that comes out. She's also getting started on the fire prevention open house in October 7th from 6 to 8 p.m. And the theme is around health, safety, and wellness. And organizations that are wishing to have a booth at the open house can start signing up in another week or so. And so you can contact her by calling the fire district at the non-emergency number 503-390-9111. So that's what I have for the fire district. Did you want to put something in here, Kathy, before I move on to the library?
Let's go right to the library. I've got your pictures, so I'll let you
Okay,
talk through them, and let me get back to the share screen thing
okay.
so people can see all the good stuff happening at Kaiser Community Library.
Oh, yes. So our board chair, Barbara Miner, really likes statistics, and this has been a great thing for us to monitor. This particular graph shows us how the various types of children's books have been, increasing in terms of the number that have been checked out in each quarter over the last couple of years. And as you can see, picture books for preschoolers in particular has been really popular, and early reading has shot up, and so has junior fiction and graphic novels, which I find an interesting name for them. And they mean that they're novels that have pictures in them. So just in case you aren't familiar with that. So we're really excited about how the library activity has grown and the people who have become more and more involved in it. You want to put up that other graph? This particular, yes. So this shows the total books checked out by quarter. And as you can see, it does go up and down, but overall it's going up, and we're really pleased about that in terms of how the library is being utilized and getting involved. And as you can see there, in 2022 we had 7,500 books checked out. In 2023 we had 10,000 books checked out. So that really is exciting. And we don't have nearly as big a availability as some libraries do. Most of our collection is made up of books that have been donated. Even new ones have been donated as well. So the summer reading program is still going on and until September 7th, and it will I'll talk about this as we put the pictures up. So on the 27th at 1 p.m. is a library writers circle. So this is for people who are working on a writing project and would like some quiet writing time and maybe get some support and feedback from fellow writers. So that's a great opportunity for people to kind of share what they're up to. And we have,
These are in order.
Yeah, that's all right. The first chapter, Learning to Love Reading by Kylie Jarnigan. So Kylie is a recent grad of McNary High School, and she is the Miss City of Bridges, and she's coming to, and so she has a project, and her project is to promote reading. So she's coming to the library on the 30th at 3 to create page poetry. So you can create your own story. It's open to children ages 8 and above, and you can get a ticket for this event at the front desk. It's free to attend, but we use ticketing in order to maintain an appropriate number of people coming, and we have an idea of how many are interested. So you can pick those for free at the front desk for not only that event, but any other event that's coming up. So let's see what else we have here, Kathy. Oh, yes, Beyond Books is always a fun activity. And so this Wednesday, and they're always at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And this week is Crafting at the Library. So you can create a beautiful collage during the craft program. And again, you can get a ticket at the front desk for this event, and it's free. And the following week on August 7th, Oh, yes, this, I believe, we have a fill-in magician, but we will have a magician on August 7th at 3 for an interactive magic show. That'll be fun for the kids, and kids can get a ticket at the front desk. And sometimes our events are on the patio behind the Kaiser Cultural Center, and sometimes they're actually at in the conference center at City Hall, and the ticket will tell you the location. So that's helpful. Okay, look, Kathy, let's see what else we got.
More crafting. Hey, do you need egg cartons? Because I got a bunch.
Oh, you know what? You might drop them off at the library.
Fantastic.
I don't know the answer to that question, but uh, people
I think
can
it's a
take
good
them
idea.
home at least, and you make another craft at home after they're through if they don't need them all for the particular event. So yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, and yeah, so this crafting, and then the last event for the summer is the Reptile Man, and so he has live reptiles, large lizards, boas, pythons, and an alligator. Oh my goodness, a large tortoise, and a venomized cobra and viper. Oh my, this will be a lot of fun. It's always great event when it occurs. And so you can get, again, a ticket for this event at the Kaiser Library.
And this
I,
this is one that the city, if they need to move it indoors for weather or for the size of the group, the
yeah.
city is happy to have this and the other events in the community events center. I do have a request by Council President Starr that all of the critters be counted before and after to make sure they all leave the building. And I said if they find any extras, they can give them to me.
Yes, excellent recommendation.
Oh.
I appreciate that.
That's all I
And
have for library.
yeah, I have a few other announcements about the library, just for other things that are happening. So we have the Fiber Arts Circle on the third Saturdays of the month, and you can bring your own project to work on. And then the Writer Circle is the fourth Saturdays, and you did have little flyers for that. And of course, every week there's a Spanish story time for families on Tuesdays at 6:30 p.m. And we have a Spanish outreach person who's working like 10 hours a week. And so she is bringing more people into that group, and we're really pleased for that. And then preschool story time is on Wednesdays at 11:30 a.m. at the library. So that's what I have for the library for now. And I'm so excited about all of the things that are going on. It's amazing when you think about the fact that this library not only was started by volunteers, has been carried on almost exclusively by volunteers. It's just been in the last couple of years that we've been able to hire a part-time staff person to coordinate our volunteers at the front desk and everything. So I am very impressed with the work and the dedication that all of those volunteers have towards our library.
And people want to volunteer, happy to have you join on. It's a ton of fun, great group of people that do get to make people happy with books and other media, help them with computers, and just a totally enrichment to our Kaiser community.
Yes, and people can find information about volunteering on the website at kaiserlibrary.org. So I do encourage people who might be interested in participating at all with the library. There are different volunteer opportunities for people to participate in. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, the Kaiser Community Dinner in August, which is the fourth Wednesday at St. Edward's Church. is being hosted this month by the Kaiser Community Library. So we're looking forward to that opportunity to reach people in the community who might not have heard about us yet. So, yeah.
So it's hard to believe, but yes, there are people who are still learning. And for a small town, sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get the word out. That's why we have this program. And
Yes. Yes, and I appreciate it. And thank you so much for letting me share about the library as well as the fire district. I appreciate that a lot, Cathy.
thank you, Betty. And
Okay.
enjoy. If you have to jump off, we totally understand. Things are happening around here. So I'm going to jump in with some of the stuff happening around Kaiser today. You don't have to go far for a whole lot of options this weekend alone, but also what's happening in our community. So I'm just going to jump into it. We've got new businesses opening. Today is the grand opening for Radness Ensues. Becca makes buttons. And this is a wonderful new shop that's next to Uptown Music. It's a community center for youth and families. I got to go to the ribbon cutting yesterday, and you can make buttons, art. They have a stage to do music and all sorts of activities. They are really excited to be here in Kaiser. They needed to grow. They totally outgrew their space and found a wonderful location right next to Uptown Music. So welcome to Radness Ensues, to the Kaiser community of and family of businesses. For those of you who don't know, and I've seen some recent Facebook posts that indicated not everybody knows, we have a food truck pod right here in Kaiser, and it is at Copper Creek Mercantile. There are 7 food trucks there. The hours vary for the different trucks, but you can always find great food and for lunch and for dinner. I think a couple of them open for breakfast. And of course, in the same parking lot is Bentley's Coffee. So you want one-stop shop for food and gathering with community members, the Copper Creek Mercantile Food Truck Pod is there for you. Some of you may have heard the big news that we are getting another regional brand for restaurants, and that is Burgerville is coming to Kaiser. Yes, indeed, folks, you heard it right. Burgerville is returning to the Salem-Kaiser area after being gone for 20 years. And quite frankly, it's long past time. We've been really excited for them to join the Kaiser family of businesses. The old Sonic site on River Road will be converted to a Burgerville. Watch for that grand opening later this fall. Of course, we have In-N-Out Burger. We have Nancy Joe's Burgers, which started here in Kaiser. We've got great restaurants like Chick-fil-A and Chicken Shack. When it comes to, yes, I know they're considered fast food, but a lot of them are fresh and local. Actually, all of those are, and hire our young people, seniors that would like part-time work for them as well. And so Burgerville is going to be a good fit for Kaiser. Another business that just opened is Mesa del Rincon, which is over by Baibua, the Thai place. And they are a tap house, a corner pub where you can get some great beverages and visit with people. It's that place in the corner, which is the rough English translation for people to come and gather over a beverage and with friends and neighbors. So welcome, Mesa del Rincon. Want to highlight our new cadets. So Kaiser Police Department, we have not only a reserve program, we also have a cadet program. And these 5 young people have just finished their training and will now be joining the Kaiser Cadet. Actually, they're in training and they will be joining the Kaiser Cadet program. This is for up to age 21, at which point they can choose to join the Kaiser Reserves. Our Reserves program also is a great way for Kaiser to then recruit police officers into our police force. So thank you so much to Kaiser Police and congratulations to our new cadets. As Betty mentioned, National Night Out is upon us. That is going to be the first Tuesday in August, which is August 6th, August 6th. Get your party registered. If you want to get together with your neighbors, go online to kaiser.org, click the link for National Night Out, and fire district, police, city council and other folks will be touring around the different parties. And it's a great way to share food and fun and get to know your neighbors, which makes our neighborhoods safer. This is a fun event. If you haven't seen these, this is called Trashy Tuesday. This third Tuesday of the month event happens at different parks or locations. This one was fun because it was a partnership with Lawrence Sanitation and with Safeway. So I joined this crew of volunteers and we did some cleanup along the vegetation at the Safeway location. It was just a great time to get together with folks in the community that keep our community clean and environmentally friendly. One of the little things we found in there was somebody was trying to help our feline friends and made a little kitty cabana, had a little cat house in there. So yeah, we had to go ahead and clean that out, but somebody was looking out for our feline friends. The turf field. So if you've been down to Kaiser Rapids Park, and you will be for Kaiser Fest, you will see the turf is down for the two turf fields down at Kaiser Rapids Park. One is striped for soccer, the other for football, but they are also adaptable for lacrosse and rugby, field sports in general. Thank you to Marion County for the $2 million ARPA grant that went toward the construction of these fields. The city is also applying for additional grant funding to build out the rest of the site with bathrooms and other amenities that all of us will enjoy. Currently, the city is going through a process to have a management service to help operate these fields year round with keeping it scheduled and cleaned and maintained and all of the work that goes with operating a facility like this. So more news will come on that as we work through that process, but it will be open and available for all sports programs that would like to utilize it. It'll be a matter of scheduling because we know from other turf fields, these are going to be very popular and available 365 days a year. So that's our big news for Kaiser. And of course, there's so much more going on. I'll share at the end what's happening around our area. Big one, of course, being tonight is the second concert of the Summer Sounds concert series at Kaiser Rapids Park. So make sure you are down at the park tonight to enjoy that concert. So with that, Jeremy, are you available to talk? And I can put up some slides for you if you like.
I am, as long as you can hear me.
We can hear you. How you doing there?
Doing great. I'm going through California right now. I was a little taken back to hear that Oregon is the most focused area for fire in the country. The fire that I see to the east of me right now is already covered 300,000 acres. So it just puts things into perspective.
Whoa. Oh my.
Yeah.
Bad news all the way around. Well, you have
Yeah.
safe travels. And I've just popped up a picture from Kaiser Fest. So if you'd like to talk about what's coming up, I know there's more than that to the chamber, but right now it's all hands on deck for our annual celebration.
Yeah. So thanks for having me, Cathy. As the new president starting July 1st, we just kind of hit the ground running with Kaiser Fest. We couldn't do it without our sponsors. Our presenting sponsor is SMI Real Estate and Property Management. They've signed on for a long-term sponsorship, and so it really helps us out just to get the ball rolling each year. We'll have events throughout the week, starting the 8th, August 8th, and so we'll have concerts each night. We do have a Willamette Valley Greeters event that is all of the chambers of commerce in the area. We've extended the invitation out to as far as I believe Corvallis, and we're expecting to see a very large turnout for that event. The tent will be going up on the Friday before, so I think that's the 2nd of August. If there's somebody in the community that wants to help get us set up, we'll be doing some work on Monday. That's when the actual work inside the tent to get banners sponsorship banners hung and different vendors set up throughout the week in the infield area. This year, because the city received the grant and was able to start on the turf, we had to move the tent once again from the north side of the Big Toy over to the south side of the Big Toy. So a little bit different layout, but we've been doing a lot of groundwork out there to make it a better walking surface than in the past. Excuse me, and also to coordinate a little bit more room for parking for all the different events. Something new this year that we have is the Kaiser Art Association is having a river walk, and that's going to be located, I want to say, the walking path on the south side closest to the river. It's going to be all along that south side there for easy walking ability. And we're also looking to have the car show in that general area as well. It's all going to depend on the number of entries that we get.
Well, you just went through the slides beautifully. It was almost like we scripted this. So I've been showing folks on the screen the whole Kaiser Fest schedule and the website and the Facebook page for Kaiser Fest.
Yeah.
I have
Facebook. Yeah, look,
ahead.
real quick on Facebook, if you're able to, if you're on Facebook, we'd love to have you go to the Kaiser Chamber or the Kaiser Fest page. We have events that we've created on there, so you can see all the major events. We also have cornhole. We have a teen talent show. The Kaiser Chamber website has the list of events as well. So there's a lot of opportunities online to be able to see those events. And I believe next week, if not the week after, yeah, I think it's next week, the Kaiser Fest guide will be mailed out to about 14,000 homes.
Looking forward to it. Love seeing what's going on. And I'm putting into the Facebook feed about the Teen Talent show and so forth. But yeah, there's all that information is at the Kaiser Fest website and the Facebook page. A couple other slides I had, if you want to talk about them. Leadership Kaiser just graduated the first cohort.
Yeah, they did. Thank you for bringing that up. I think we were in the process. We presented. It was started with a grant from Marion County, and it was an opportunity for us to encourage people in the community to learn more about what's going on, and not just the business side of things, but educational wise, as well as the city government and how everything operates together. And the group that just graduated has been invited back to help us kind of build a 2.0. And so starting, I believe, in September is when we are going to kick off the second cohort. And we, again, are inviting the first cohort to be part of it, because one of the biggest things that we received as feedback was that they don't want to just stop. They want to stay engaged, and they want to understand more about what they can do and stay in the group.
So something I was able to do last Saturday at the Oregon Mayors Association conference was be part of a panel talking about citizen academies and other engagement that different cities do. And Leadership Kaiser is one of those that rather than the city do a separate citizen engagement, you guys are doing this through the Leadership Kaiser. And it's an opportunity to bring the city, our nonprofits, our businesses, all the different sectors together in this program. And I think it's really well done. But that was something else we also heard from other cities, is that after going through their academy or program like this, yes, they want to keep involved. That tells me that Leadership Kaiser is really motivating people to engage and put what they're learning into use, which is all about pride, spirit, and volunteerism. So grand slam on that one. Looking forward to seeing what 2.0 looks like.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't involved in it as much as Corey, our executive director, was, and some other people. But um, I hope that this fall I'll have a little bit more time to join the cohort.
Well, I've got one more slide, and that is probably for a group that I know I'm involved with the chamber, and that is the Kaiser Network of Women. And just want to highlight to everybody that this organization within the chamber has monthly luncheons and other activities for women in our community that want to network and grow both personally and professionally. So the one that's coming up will be on August 7th, and that will feature Jasmine Hayworth from Legacy Real Estate, Build Your Hype. So we've had some great presenters. Looking forward to hearing from Jasmine, and go to register at kaiserchamber.com. And you can attend for free lunch. There is a charge for that. So, and they encourage people to join the chamber and be a part of the chamber and the network of women, which gets so much done during the year, especially as we're gearing up for, I know it's early, this is still July, but we are thinking the holidays and the Giving Basket program, which is one of their huge efforts. Anything else, Jeremy, before we lose your signal?
No, I think that's it. We just encourage everybody to give us a call at the office, or visit the website if you have any questions about the different businesses in the community. We are a great resource and a great partner to the city with information for people coming into town. That's part of our responsibilities to educate new people who don't know about all the businesses that we have. And so if there's any questions about either Kaiser Fest or chamber itself, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Well, I'm putting up on the screen right now. Unfortunately, it's backwards because I don't have a screenshot. But the new chamber directory is out. Go get your free copy at the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce. You can pick up other copies to put out your business. And this is chock full of information about our businesses and our community for 2024-25. So the Kaiser Chamber Directory visitor guide available now at the Chamber of Commerce. So thank you so much, Jeremy. Safe travels. If you can listen in, that's great. But if you have to jump off, we totally understand. And we will see you and everybody at the community at Kaiser Fest.
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. So Diane, you've got tons happening at Chemeketa. It's summer and people think, oh, summer break. Yeah, no, you guys are busy. I'm going to put your slides up and let you share what's happening at our amazing award-winning Chemeketa Community College. And for folks who are getting ready for the fall, this is where you want to be.
Well, thank you, Cathy, for having me on the show. This is an area that you sometimes forget. When you think of community colleges, you think of the programs that they have there, the activities, getting a job and so forth. But it kind of starts with student affairs, which is a large area. And the one thing is Chemeketa is for student success and throughout their whole journey. And you will touch on student affairs as a student comes into the college and gets oriented, gets advised, goes into their classes, and they may come back for, we may outreach to them because of a need to keep them in school because their grades have slipped. And we want to provide the support that they need and make sure they complete that degree. And so student affairs went upon the big job of looking at all their internal processes and how they can make it more accessible for students. And so that's what the presentation is about today, is how we have made some changes. And I'm just touching on it because I could be here for an hour. I had an hour presentation at Chemeketa on this, and I just pulled a few slides to let you know how much the staff tries to help students complete their goals and to set their goals and to get that degree. Although what we do find is community colleges on the whole don't have rates of completion like universities, because our students get into programs and they get jobs. And also they drop in and out of school. They have real lives, and so they may not complete their degree in 3 years. It may take a 4 or 5 because life happens. But we want to be there to support them for whatever their purpose was when they came into Chemeketa Community College. And so one of the things they did was, and we need slide 2, was to look at academic advising and access programs. We
That was
did a lot of,
missing.
huh?
I don't have slide 2. It didn't come through.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, we changed the spaces for advising and college access programs.
Oh, it's here.
And rearranged advising and actually how we did advising. We used to have it by appointments, which means students waited a long time to get their advising appointments. Now we have drop-in advising offered daily, and we found out that we received, we had about 20,000 advising appointments in 23, and in 24, we had 24,000. So we increased the access for students and found that that was much more efficient. We also put advising and college access programs together in an area so that they could complement each other. And college access programs are like your TRIO program, which is for first generation students, and your CAMP program. All those are housed in one area so they can be advised, and if a student fits into that type of a program, they can get that extra service. We also put counseling services and basic needs and student emergency funds and career services all in one house, because a lot of students will come in for counseling, but what they really need are they're having trouble with getting the gas for the car to get to college, or they're food insecure. And so we put all of that under one umbrella so they could seamlessly go from one place to the other and get support. We moved our tutoring center to our writing center in the library. It made sense to put those two together, and we found out there's been a lot of more use of these services because they are together. And then we have our what we call our Student Success Center, which is recruitment, orientation, and retention. And they're doing a lot of work, calling students in midterm to check on them and see how they're doing. And if they're not, they make referrals. But it made sense to have those areas together. And then we have our pre-college access program, which, upward bound and a program for the high schools and middle schools. Let's go ahead to start to the alert campaign. Student, we've got the slides now. Okay. The early alert is it begins on the 2nd week until the 4th week, and we send progress reports to all writing, math, and science courses. And academically reinstated students, students that need to the writing, math, and science courses are some of the more difficult classes, and we want to intervene before they get on with the midterms and refer them. So we make outreach to the different departments, and they let us know if students are having problems, and then we intervene and try and give them the support that they need. And then faculty, of course, can call into the center and have us meet with students that may be having difficulty. And then we have a retention thing that we have people calling and reminding students when their next registration is and to get registered. And of course, new student orientations begin in June and run through August. And we try and get more students in for an orientation, because then they learn about what is happening in college, and they can have the orientation, which helps them get registered, get their financial aid, and so forth. So let's go on to the next slide. These are some of the access programs, and I want you to see how successful they are. CAMP is for the College Assistance Migrant Program, and the persistent rate is 92%. This is a federal grant that Chemeketa has. The TRIO program, which is for first generation students with disabilities and students with financial need. And the persistent rate is 81% from 1 year to the next year. And then the TRIO program has been at Chemeketa since 2001. There's 2 TRIO grants that we actually have. We have one that is targeting students with disabilities, as well as the one that is for first generation students with economic difficulties. And then the college, excuse me, the college completion program has had a persistent rate of 75%. And then of course we have Upward Bound and Gear Up and programs like that that deal with middle school and high schools. To show you how successful these programs are, I want to go to the next slide, which shows students who, these students, 19 students received the Ford scholarships this year, with 9 graduating from TRIO and the college completion program. 9 of them out of those programs with students that are likely had never been to college or their parents hadn't been to college, graduated. And this is a big deal because the Ford Family Foundation and Transfer Opportunity Scholarships includes renewable financial awards up to $40,000 per year. And these students came out of our access programs that we have that are special, and they're grant funded programs. Let's go on to the Student Success Center. Chemeketa does a lot of outreach. We're all over the community. We're involved with things. We have partnerships. But the Student Success Center, that is now on the 2nd floor, we remodeled building 2, and it used to have the tutoring center there, which is now in the library. For example, some of the things we did for recruitment, we hosted 49 high school and community-based organizations for college visits, more than 3,000 visitors to Salem and Yamhill Valley campus came in through the center. We visited 67 high schools and community-based organizations off-site. So we're out in the community telling people about Chemeketa and offering help and partnerships. And more than 1,500 people took campus tours. And our admissions application for 2024 is up 13% compared to 2023 at the end of June. And our enrollment has been steadily increasing, which is a good trend for so many years. Community colleges on the whole, their enrollment was falling. And we have nearly 2,000 admissions applications from high school students in our service district. And I do want to say that we sped up the time that these applications are processed. It used to be about a week. Now it's just a couple days. And so we're creating a more seamless transition for students there. And the next slide that I have is just giving you an idea of our presence within the community. This summer, Chemeketa has actively engaged in the community at AWARE, All Woodburn Area Resource Enlisted Food Bank in Woodburn. We've been sharing valuable information about our GED, ESOL, and other programs with about 150 farm workers and their families from Woodburn, Molalla, and Mount Angel. These events have been fantastic opportunities to connect, inform, and support the educational aspirations of our local community. Chemeketa is really out in the community, and that's just one example of opening up possibilities for the CAMP program, which you saw what the graduation rate or the persistent rate was on that. Very, very successful program. And let's go on to the last slide here. Next to the last slide. SOAR. This is a program that's near and dear to my heart. It just shows Chemeketa connecting with all different types of groups in the community. This is a collaborative effort between Chemeketa Community College, Marion County Parole and Probation, and the Marion County Health and Human Services. And they support life and help with transitions for individuals that have been incarcerated and are making a transition back into a society. A very interesting program. They have a big graduation when it completes it, and that was just a week ago on Chemeketa's campus. And it is really heartfelt. They provide all kinds of support. Chemeketa certainly is helping them transition into careers and has a person coordinating the program. It supports them to obtain the GED, training in social skills, and mentors them. And when they complete it, they are ready to enter society and take their place in the workforce. And they talk about their struggles, and this program really helps this population become citizens within our community and successful. And I love the kinds of things we do. Also, we have programs in the prisons that we for GED and for associate degrees and things. But this is just one connection that came up quite recently, and I thought I'd share it with you. Because
Well, I'm glad you did. I think it's really important for people to realize that if someone is in incarceration, they're going to be returning to the community. And that was the whole basis, is the whole basis of the Marion County Reentry Initiative. And SOAR is one of those really important community partners that prepares people for life beyond and a successful life once they've completed incarceration, that they move on in a very positive way for themselves and their families and their communities. So thank you, Chemeketa, for making this such a tremendous program. I personally know some SOAR graduates, and they are still soaring. So great job.
It's amazing. They will complete their AA degree. They'll go on and get a bachelor's degree, in some cases master's degrees, in a variety of programs. I know that one SOAR graduate got an associate degree in computer science and is working for Intel. I know other SOAR graduates that have gone on and gotten masters in counseling and are working. It is the glue that is needed to make this successful. And
Absolutely.
then, so I love these programs. We need more of them. The last thing is we have a big show coming up, and it's Theater Under the Stars in the Jerry Frank Amphitheater on Water Street. You can get tickets at Eventbrite, and it's kind of a partnership. We have Chemeketa singers and actors in it. And then members of the Salem Orchestra are also in it, and theater professionals working with the students in one of the most beloved musical ever, Oliver, and I can't wait. It's on Tuesday nights, so it's starting in August, so don't miss it. Don't miss out on that. The other thing is we have had our reorganization for the year, and Ken Hector is chair of the board at Chemeketa, and I am vice chair. So, and Neva Hutchison, after her tremendous term, has stepped back and is a member of the board. So, and Neva is another person who represents Kaiser. You know, we both represent all of Kaiser, but they somehow in the dividing line split it up on Chemeketa, halfway through Kaiser.
Well, we appreciate both you and Neva, but the entire Chemeketa Board of Education as well, for really listening to our community and making Kaiser Community, or not Kaiser, of course it's Kaiser, Chemeketa Community College truly community. And for folks who don't know, I also want to give a big plug for the Ag Center over off of 45th, and I believe there's still a Wednesday market.
Yes, that's going on, and it's wonderful. You've got to go there on Wednesday.
Yep.
It's 3 o'clock on, and don't miss out, because there's lots of good produce there and plants, and then vendors that have wonderful things that you just got to have for your house.
Absolutely. And I love that, you know, there's these markets now in different locations in the Salem Kaiser metro area. Folks sometimes think of us as a small town, and quite frankly, it feels that way. But we are the second largest metro area in the state of Oregon. So it makes sense that we're going to have multiple locations for great things like our Saturday community markets. And thank you, Chemeketa, for being one of those sites. It's been a great addition to the markets.
There needs to be lots of accesses for people, like our nursing program. We're going to be offering a bachelor's of science in nursing, BSN, in 26. That will start the class, and it's just another avenue. There needs to be access points because not everybody can go to George Fox or OHSU, and their families are here, and the hospitals need people to stay within the community. So we need lots of access points, and we want to be partners in whatever endeavors.
Well, thank you so much. There's so much going on, and these monthly updates really, really help us know what's happening in our community. So thank you so much for that brief update on one of the many ways that Chemeketa just keeps making a difference in our area. I want to wrap up today with just some things coming up. We all know that this is a really busy time of year, and being such a busy location here in the Mid-Willamette Valley, we have stuff happening here in Kaiser, of course, but we have stuff happening around us as well. So just on the list today, if you are wanting to go downtown into Salem, well, you're going to want to park and walk over toward the Capitol for the 25th annual Hoopla. So it began a couple of days ago. They have had workshops for young players, and the competition is underway down at on Court Street out in front of the Capitol on the north side. So come down and see some great 3-on-3 basketball and all sorts of events happening at the 25th annual Hoopla. If you want to do something more along the lines of, well, this is the Hoopla schedule, so it's probably kind of small on your screen. So go to their website or go to their Facebook page for the for Hoopla. If your baseball is your thing, come out today to the Mavericks Independent League Baseball at Volcano Stadium. Today is Kids Day. They have all sorts of special events Wednesday through Sunday every week for some great baseball and activities, and a lot of fun for the whole family at Mavs Independent League Baseball. If you want to go a little farther north, go up to Brooks. The Great Oregon Steam Up is on today and tomorrow and next weekend. Powerland Heritage Park has grown to, I think there are about 17 different museums and activity centers on that site. There's so much there to see and do. They have food trucks, they've got shows. You can see the Great Steam Engine Parade and so much more at the Great Oregon Steam Up this weekend, July 27th, 28th, and August 3rd and 4th at Powerland Heritage Park. And of course, the Kaiser Rapids Summer Sounds concerts continue tonight with the Rich McLeod Band. Come down to Kaiser Rapids Park. Gates open at 5, and the opening act will open at 5:30 with the headliner on at 6 o'clock. They have food vendors on site, and I believe that also includes Bow and Vine. So check that out and come and enjoy some great music in our beautiful amphitheater that in the evening it is nice and cool and in the shade. Kaiser Rapids Summer Sounds, July 27th, tonight. Rich McLeod Band running shows every single Saturday night through August 31st, except for the weekend of Kaiser Fest, and then the music will be in the big tent. So that's what's going on in Kaiser, at least just part of it. There's always so much happening around here. Share what you have going on in the Facebook feed and with our community. We all know that Kaiser shows up, and we are the pride, spirit, and volunteerism community. It's our way of life around here. Well, you have a great weekend. Be fire safe and take care of one another. Thank you so much again to Diane Watson from the Chemeketa Community College Board of Education, Betty Hart from the Kaiser Fire District Board of Directors, and the Kaiser Community Library Board of Directors, and to Jeremy Turner, the new president of the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce. Pastor Dominguez from La Luz de Valle Church sends his greetings, and he will join us again this fall when he returns from sabbatical. And RJ Navarro from Chariots also sends his regards. And if you ever need to get anywhere around town, we have the free pass program for 18 and under, and Chariots is here to connect people and places. I'm Cathy Clark, Mayor of the great city of Kaiser. Thanks so much for joining us today on the July edition of Coffee with Cathy.